Hello, it's me. I am just gonna talk about my trip to Chicago because I want to. Sorry if my hair looks bad. I just showered, so it's not oil, it's water. But you know what I have to do? Move that there. All right, I'm just doing a capture. I didn't prepare anything. I wanted to kind of prepare like a PowerPoint, like spoilers. I have this, which I'm just gonna read off because I kind of forgot stuff. So that's spoilers, and then also, whoa, I'm just gonna move that over and show pictures when applicable. But yeah, so it started on. I don't remember the day. Hold on, I'm gonna not fuck myself and show my calendar, but it was like 2 weeks ago. It was the 9th, October 9th, 2025 is when this was. Well, actually, this was the day before, I think, Wednesday, because I worked until 7. I think it was an 8-hour day. I can actually just check that as well. I thought I worked until 7. Oh wait, I worked 12 to 7. So it was a 7-hour shift. 7 hours are pretty bad. And then my dad was like, yeah, you're going to need a second dress shirt because there's going to be like this after party or whatever. You only have one dress shirt. You're going to need a second one. But, but I'm like, I kind of want to go to bed because the flight is like, I had to get there, the flight at like 7, which means I wanted to go to bed at like 10, 9. I had 2 hours. Right. Because I wanted to shower in the morning. I think. I forget. It hasn't been that long. You can see right there. But so I went to Target. I got a second dress shirt and a nice tie. I drove back and I ate and I had to get up at 5 because I wanted to shower, and then I had to drive to my house, and oh my god. So I got 6 hours of sleep. That's not that bad. Woke up. I got to my house early. I got there 30 minutes early, which is kind of funny. I was expecting to get there late. There was a shit ton of traffic. Our flight was at like 10:30. Never get a flight at 10:30 because you're going to get hit by rush hour traffic. It was terrible. So my dad was like, we were kind of like later than we wanted to be. So my dad was like, I'm dropping you off. I'm going to drive my car to the car park place. Like, one of those car park places where you get a shuttle back to the place. So he drove there. I got a shuttle. Meanwhile, he's like, my brother, Pappy, you check your bags. Chris, you go and go through TSA because they're probably going to pat you down because you don't have real ID. And Brian, I don't know what Brian was doing. I have no idea. He's my other brother. I'm the middle child. I don't know if apparently people don't know that. So I was like, well, I don't have real ID. I was gonna get my wallet to show you my license. Why would I do that? I still don't have real ID. I got my passport today, actually. Okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't have real ID, and my passport expired last August. So I I just brought both. I walked up to the TSA lady, and I was like, last August, by the way. Like a year ago, like 2024 August. So I walked up to the lady. I was like, I have this. It's not real ID. I have this passport. I'm pretty sure it's expired. And she was like, she looked at it. She's like, it worked. Passports are fine for a year later, even though it was a month before. So, it wasn't 2 months before. 2 months before. Like, it was 2 months beyond a year, but she was chill about it. She seemed pretty strict too, so I was like really worried. But she's just like, write down your signature on the top where it says signature because I didn't do that, and then she just let me through. She's like, you're getting another passport? I'm like, yeah, I am. So I did. I have to go to the real ID place and get that, which is going to be annoying. Actually, maybe I don't. I have a trip for Florida in December, but I do have to get that done so that this doesn't happen again. Oh yeah, also I forgot to check into my flight. So I was in group 9, the last group, and I was in the back of the fucking plane. But thankfully, my brother and his wife travel a lot, so they just always get bumped up to like group 5 because groups 1 to 4 are apparently for like pregnant women and children and stuff. So they're basically the first group on, and you can just walk on. If you have a family member, you can just walk on with them and they're chill with it. So that's good. And I said, as it turns out, airports aren't that hard. I have like a phobia because I'm like, it's a weird way to say it, but like I feel like mentally I'm still like a kid as far as experience goes, where like I've only taken the train myself a few times, and the first time I did that was when I was like 25 or something. I've never done the airport myself, but basically I did the airport myself this time because everyone split off and I was completely fine. So that's good. Okay, I'm recording, just making sure. So we got on the plane. I watched. Can you believe I haven't watched the H Bomber guy videos? I watched the Roblox oof and the plagiarism. I got AirPods because when I took a flight to Hawaii, I felt like really nauseous, like I was gonna throw up. I don't know why. I thought it was AirPods. When I was there, I was like, "Mom, can we go to like an Apple store in Hawaii to get AirPods for the flight back so I don't have that feeling again?" Because it was fucking terrible, man. Do you know how long that flight is? That's just like 6 hours and then 6 more hours from where I am. So it's like really bad. I really didn't want that to happen again. I got AirPods for work. Well, it was kind of both. I got AirPods for the flight and work because I didn't want airplane sickness to happen again. And as it turns out, I can wear an AirPod at work, and I have like the radio earpiece that I buy. It's $40, by the way, and it breaks a lot. So I'm just shelling out $40 every month. But like that in one ear, AirPod in the other ear, listen to podcasts or like music or whatever. I'm good. I've been listening to podcasts. Pause. It's nice and easy. But the AirPods 4, which I bought for this, have like this feature where if you like hold on to the earpiece for a bit, it has like this sound filtering mode. So I turned that on, and it like, yeah, it filters out the sound. You only hear the audio. And I turned it off just to see, and it's just like you can almost barely hear the video. And I'm like, I don't remember it being that bad, but maybe it was always that bad. Like when I was wearing the AirPods with the silence mode on, that's how loud I thought airplanes were before, which I think is what I mean by this. But no, it's actually louder than that. So I recommend AirPods 4 if you fly a lot. And if you work at a place where you could use them. They're very good, I think. Can't change the volume or skip ahead, though. I don't know what that's about. We Ubered to the hotel, the Gwen. This is where this comes in. Spoilers, but just because I want some visual aids. It's like this. Is this an image of it? This is the outside area that like my family was like, let's just watch the game here, and then we never did. This is the lobby. I want to see like the entrance. This is the entrance, I think. Yeah. So it's like was Sonic speeding past here or something? It's just like it's a hotel because it's a city. Space is at a premium, so it's just like built up like a normal city building, and then has like a little thing you bring your car in there, which confused me because whenever I would like use Google Maps, it would show me as inside the building, and I was like, why? It's because I'm technically under the building. But yeah, the Gwen. I guess this is a single bedroom. The thing about the Gwen is you might look at it and go, wow, that's fancy. Wow. This was $400 the last time I clicked on it. Anyway, wow. Why is it December 10th? $400. I guess I think my cousin who was doing the wedding paid for that for everyone, which is crazy. But oh, I forgot about the Monet machine. Hold on. The fucking Monet machine. In the lobby, there was a Monet machine. Oh shit, what's it called? I literally Googled it earlier. Not a money machine. Hold on. There we go. Please shut. What the fuck is it called? It's like alcohol, right? Google, help me out here. I don't drink. One of these. It wasn't hashtag toast with Monet, but Moe. There we go. But it was one of these. Just a vending machine with like wine in it or whatever. That's a Moe. Hashtag Moe moment. Hashtag Moe moment. It's ridiculous, but it was very funny. But yeah, there wasn't a bathroom fan, which made pooping very hard for me because I'm a shy pooper. And also, my dad was like, you have to shit outside, like use one of the public bathrooms in the hotel because it's gonna smell, especially because there's no fan. But he was like that anyway because I guess it's a small hotel room. I don't know if he does that on his trips or what, but he did. There's like, we were on a floor where there were like conference rooms on the same floor, and then there was a bathroom for the conference rooms. Otherwise, I would have had to go down to the 5th floor and taken poops down there. But there was one night where we ran out of toilet paper, so I was like, well, I'll just steal toilet paper from one of the bathrooms. I went to the meeting ones. It was at like midnight, and it was closed. They locked the bathrooms for there. So I guess it's really only for meetings and not for guests. But yeah, it had I didn't even mention this, separate elevators. So you basically take the elevators up to the 5th floor, and then that's the lobby. The lobby's on the 5th floor, and then you have to walk through the lobby, or to the side of the lobby, I guess, to take elevators to the rooms. But from the elevators on the downstairs, it sends you to the meeting rooms too. So once I learned that, I just went up to the 11th floor where the meeting room was, and then walked to my room from there because it's a little easier. Except at night when the meeting rooms are closed and the elevator doesn't take you up there. So I guess you can program elevators. But yeah, like there's no bathroom fan. There was room service, but like they didn't change the sheets or restock toilet paper or anything. I don't really know what they did in there that one day when I like came in and said, "Hi, sorry, I have to shower." Maybe that's why. And the ironing board was broken. I think this was just unfortunate more than anything, but it definitely didn't help the reputation. We went to bar for lunch, and I found out what it was before this. It was Fado. It's like a few blocks away. I can't find a good inside image of it. This is the best I could get. Where the stairs are over here. Like, we were sitting over here, so you don't really see it. And then over here the second time we went. I don't know what the stairs are for. I don't know if they live up there or not. I always liked the idea of like you had a business on the bottom floor and then you lived above the business on the top floor. It always seemed cool to me. We went there. We met with some people from the wedding. I couldn't find this other sports bar. I was like on Google Maps walking around. Whoa, sorry, that's the wrong one. I was just walking around the streets of Chicago trying to find it. That's not it. Here's the outside of this. But then I don't really remember where we went for the other one. So it wasn't India House. Either way, it was some sports bar. Because the Phillies game was on. It was really funny. The Phillies were fighting. The Phillies had a game and the Eagles had a game that night too. And everyone was like, if only this wedding wasn't this weekend. But we stayed there for the entire fucking game. We had what was it called? What do you call it? Welcoming party. But like we just kept watching the game until it ended because it went to 11 innings. And it was certainly an experience because like, okay, I'm sitting here. It was 5 feet. It was like 5 feet away. I could probably, do I have a tape measure? I could probably like try to figure out how far away this TV was. It was like, I would say literally about this distance. Like 4 feet. But it was probably more like 5 feet. I was right with my estimation here. Giant TV, 5 feet away from my face. A shit ton of noise. We had this huge table for everyone to come in. And I was just getting a headache, man. Like, it was like, after a point, I was like sitting there like this. Literally like this. like just looking at the TV, not responding to anyone because I was just trying to hold it together. And also my brother, who came to the wedding sick, of course. None of my family cares about sickness, not even my mom. They're just like, well, I'm sick, whatever. It's no big deal. My dad was like, you're probably not going to be sick, because he was at the tail end of it, but he was sick. He was breathing like literally right here. Right here, he was talking to me. Like breathing right in my face, talking right, like yelling right in my ear. That didn't really help the headache at all. And I was also like, I was like, I'm getting sick already, but at that point I was like, I'm getting super sick. I'm gonna fucking die. I didn't mention it here, but as it turns out, I got sick for like 5 days. I still went to work every single day. I probably should have taken a day off because that lasted a while. I think it was more like 6 days. I probably needed a day off for that, but whatever. But I mean, all in all, the game itself was pretty interesting. Because it was 11 innings, and it's like this is back and forth, and trying to see who would score a point by the end. And that's where I learned that the appeal of baseball is in fact suspense. Everyone's like, baseball's boring, but in that moment, like I used to go to Phillies games, and going to Citizens Bank Park it's just a fun experience to be at a sports thing. I think it's unique, at least for me. But like watching a game on the TV, I was never too interested. But while I was sitting there kind of held captive, I didn't really look at my phone a lot, but captive. This is usually how trips with my dad's side of the family goes. They go to bars, they watch sports. I'm just there. You can't see my arms. I'm holding them like straight. But yeah, no, I was interested who was gonna do it first, and then the guy apparently threw it to home when he should have thrown it to first base and just lost the game right there. Because apparently you can, as long as someone gets out, it doesn't matter if someone touches the home base. I kind of understood where he was coming from, by the way. If anyone even remembers what I'm talking about, because you don't want the guy to get home, otherwise they score a point. So I'm assuming he threw it at home for there, even though first was closer or whatever. He could have walked it to first base apparently, and he did an interview at the end and just said, I made a mistake. It was stupid, stuff like that. And apparently that takes a lot of balls, but I feel like every time I watch a sports game like that, something interesting happens. Like there was this one Eagles game where someone ran the entire football field, which I don't know. Maybe I should watch games more often. But also, like, who are they fighting? The Dodgers? Is that Los Angeles? Is that Los Angeles baseball team? Because they're Angels? Dodgers. The Dodgers, yeah. I guess they have the Angels too. But I'm pretty sure it was against the Dodgers. They had Japanese players, and my brother, surprisingly, was like, yeah, Japanese players are like the best. And I'm like, the Japanese are even killing it in baseball. It's not just video games. Like I was very surprised by that. Unsurprisingly, we were all late to the welcoming party, and I was even more late because I was like in casual clothes, like a t-shirt and stuff. So I walked back to the hotel, and then I got dressed. Apparently, my dress shirt was too big. It seemed fine to me in Target, but I guess the idea is you have to wash it and dry it like once, and then it kind of shrinks into a good place, or at least that's what I thought. Because I was comparing it to my old dress shirt size, which was way too small. So I got like a nice size up, but that was too big. So I'm assuming that's what happened. But I kind of looked like an idiot, I think, because the dress shirt was so big. I was like, whatever. And then afterwards, I don't remember. I do not remember where the welcoming party was. It was walking distance from the hotel. Like this restaurant that was closed. Went in there, talked with some people, talked with my uncle-in-law about dogs. Basically, that's how I spent most of it. Oh, you know what I didn't mention? I didn't see Mickey, the cousin getting married at all until the wedding, except at the welcoming party where we said hi for a bit. I said, "Wow, you're so tall." I was like, "Wow, you're so tall and so married." Well, not yet. And then he's like, "Yeah, not yet," and then walked away. But the other time I saw him, we were in the lobby at the hotel, and he was like moving this giant cart of shit, and he said, "Sorry guys, I gotta go ahead." And then we're like, yeah. And then we were joking that he hates us, right? He hates us. And then like a few hours later, we all got a text from him saying, "Sorry, I couldn't say hi. I'm doing Blake stuff." I'm like, dude, you don't have to apologize. It's like way too nice. Went to the hotel after. Oh yeah. Everyone was like, we're gonna go do an after welcoming party. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking tired. I got 6 hours of sleep. I'm going to bed. Going to bed early, making sure I'm unconscious by the time my family gets back, or my dad and my brother get back. The beds were okay. Usually I like to have a hard pillow because I slipped two discs, the third and the fifth, I think, in my neck like forever ago from like, I had my laptop on my chest in bed, and then I had like my giant whale plush as like a pillow, and I had it like this, and this is how I lived my life for a lot. And then it's like super slip discs in my neck. I was fucked, and it has ramifications. So don't do that. Keep your posture good. But yeah, I have to sleep with like a hard pillow because if I don't get enough support, it hurts. So I they were really bad pillows. I was like stuffing it. Like, imagine the pillow and me like punching the pillow in so that it filled in my neck enough. But it went pretty okay, which is making me wonder if maybe my neck got better, which would be nice because I don't like having that limitation. I used to bring my pillow everywhere, but because of how American Airlines works, I had to pack only, like, you get 2 carry-ons. If you want to check a bag, it costs $35, which is like, fuck that. So I put all my toiletries in my brother's suitcase, and my dad put his toiletries in, and that put him over the 50-pound limit. But my toiletries didn't do it. It was my dad's. I didn't even know it was my dad's. I was like, well, if you're packing that close, I'm sorry. But that was my dad's big bag of toiletries. But I had this little suitcase. Actually, you can see it. There, you could see it there. I haven't moved it since. I'm really bad at cleaning my room. Even though I'm webcamming now, I don't know what I'm doing with that. But wait, hold on. Can you see? You can't see Clank and you can't see Wingspan. They're other way. They're farther over here. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I had this tiny suitcase, carry-on suitcase. I could have brought a backpack with my laptop, but I was like, we're only there for like 4 days, and I have my phone. How bad could it be? When we were watching the Phillies game, I could have gone back to the hotel and used the laptop then, but that was really it. I don't regret it, and honestly, it felt good traveling light and not having the laptop. So, by the way, I downloaded like, I can actually find out. Hold on, I'm gonna go to my downloads folder, see if I can go to the videos. Not Silly Samuel, not Tennis Chumps. All right, let's just scroll down. I overcompensated on downloading videos, and then YouTube made it so that my account couldn't watch videos anymore. So, hi, Kevin. I hope you're having fun at work. Such a thing doesn't exist. Let me properties all of these and see how big it is. 194 gigabytes. I downloaded 194 gigabytes of videos and put them on my phone. So I would have been fine otherwise. Drop from 1080. Oh, sorry about that. I thought partners, I guess I still don't get it because it's busy. Can you do audio only? Or are you on your phone? I'm not doing too much visual stuff here, as you can see. Maybe. Audio only is awesome. It's a godsend. I use it for work to listen to NL do his banter games, like a difficult game about climbing. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. On Friday, I slept for 10 hours. Yes! Dad went and got Duncan. I was like, I can go out and get it too. He didn't want anything that smelled of the room. My brother wanted hash browns. He said no. So I got bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese, best food ever. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, best food ever. It's the truth. It's the truth. And then we got breakfast. I put it in quotes because it was at the same pub, the Fabo pub. You know what? I didn't mention. The first time we went, I got a big pretzel. It was really big, like this big. It had cheese sauce. Very good. And a burger, also good. We got breakfast at the same bar. It was like 11 or 12. I got like this mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. My aunt gets cooked Unity for us, and I always devour the mac and cheeses. I know it makes me sound like I'm 5, but I got the mac and cheese that chicken and Guinness sauce or whatever. I don't know if that counts as alcohol consumption. I don't count it, so I got it. It was good. I only got it because it was the wedding. So I'm like, they're probably going to have a lot of food at the wedding. Yeah, audio only is fine. Audio only is perfect. I'm literally just reading off of a list. So a list that I made for myself, like on the drive home. Because I'm like, I'm going to forget. Like, I forget every vacation I do ever. So it's good that I wrote it down and then I'm doing a stream to help me remember as well. I think that'll really go a long way. And also, it's just fun. Really, but the reason I'm doing this is once we get to the arcade section on Saturday. Okay, but for now, I just want to talk about the entire trip. Yeah, after I finished breakfast, I was like, the wedding's in like 2 hours. I gotta peace out. Notes too. It was just hotspots. Yeah. I'm gonna do this every time now. Like, just write a recap of the trip so that I always remember. But yeah, after the breakfast, I went back early because we only had 2 hours. I had to take a hair shower. I needed a head start because hair takes a while to wash for me. And it still wasn't early enough. So I got out of the shower. The moment I got out of the shower, my brother got in. And then while I was doing all my toiletry stuff, because I do like shave, moisturizer, powder, then like combing the hair with my fingers and that. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very annoying. So like my brother got out, and then while I was still like combing my hair, my dad got in. Everyone was in the bathroom. And then also my dad ironed my clothes, which I didn't realize how crinkly that shit was until I actually saw him pull it out. So that was good. I don't know how to iron clothes. I was going to YouTube it, but my dad offered. So I still get to be a baby when it comes to experiencing that. And then we had like an hour, an hour in the room, or an hour before the shuttle. Everyone went down to the lobby to mingle, talk, whatever. Yeah, Kevin has his like, I don't even know what you would call it. It's not really like curly hair, but it's curly hair-esque. I don't really know how he does it. I have my long, straight hair. But yeah, here's the thing, full disclosure, I haven't tied my shoes in like 10 years. Because with pet sitting, I would have to take my shoes off, put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off, put them on. Whenever I had to enter a house for a dog and then like go back out to my car, go back in for the dog, stuff like that. So I got lock laces. And then I spent my 9 years pet sitting with those, kept them because why not? Other than the fact that I look like a little kid. And like when I'm at work, I worry that clients see them. But I have them color coded, so it's kind of nice. But with my uniform. But then also when I'm taking pictures of dogs and I'm like taking a picture downward, if they're jumping on me or if they're like sleeping at my feet or whatever, I'm like, they'll see the lock laces in the picture because we send the pictures to clients or like put them on social media or whatever. And then they're going to think I'm a baby, but whatever. A steamer. Oh yeah. I think I own a steamer. I got like all the hair maintenance stuff when I was growing out my hair because I'm like, I'm never going to want to need anything. And then I haven't used like any of it because I'm so low maintenance. So threw all that money away, but I'm pretty sure I have a steamer. And I have like this really expensive hair dryer, this like Dyson hair dryer, because I was like, I'm gonna need that. But it's bad for your hair. I just let it air dry anyway, as you saw with how wet it was when I started the stream. But it's like, cause steamers are bad for your hair too, right? Maybe, I don't know. I I go all natural as much as I can because I think that's good for the body. But well, not super. I mean, I sort of like organic shampoo and stuff. Either way, the point is, you know what? I wish I had the dress shoes with me, but I know how to tie my shoes. I know how to tie shoes, even though it's been a while. But like the laces are so small and thin that whenever I would try to do the second loop to like, loop de loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool, one of the loops would just come undone every fucking time. I was there for an hour. Like, I can't tie my shoes. And then like, I was like trying to bend down. I'm like, God, I'm so fucking fat. So that definitely didn't help. And then eventually I just like, I did like this kind of scuffed double knot. I'm like, I'm hoping people don't notice. When I was a kid, what I would do is like, before learning how to tie my shoes, I would just pull the shoelaces tight and then like put them in the shoe and then put my foot in. And I was like, maybe I should just do that. So I tried it and it was not good. So I'm like, I'm going to power through this. I barely made it for the shuttle. Like, I got down there at like 3:29. And then everyone was starting to go down for the shuttle. I was like, oh my God, I made it. Oh my God. Yeah, it's probably also not good for your feet. Probably explains a lot for me. We rode the shuttle to the Church of the Holy Family. That's where the wedding was. And then I sat at the wedding. I want to show you the pipe organs at this place. Sorry, Kevin. Church of the... What the fuck did I just call it? It's like the family, right? The Holy Family. Let's look at this venue here. Right, there are probably a lot of those. Chicago. Look at this place. These are the seats down here. Apparently the place almost burned down. But it's like, you can't see it. I need a better picture. You have to see all the statues. They're like a bunch of realistic ass statues. I thought were like very impressive. There's this in the back. I'm gonna zoom in. It's not gonna, like, all of these are like realistic looking 3D statues that are like, were very detailed. And all the lights and stuff. Looks good. I have to, hold on. Can I get like, you can't see it. There's like a small pipe organ. Why are all images on Google such ass for this place? I just want to see the pipe organ on the side. God damn it. We sat in the front, by the way, because we're family. So we got to sit like right here. But there are a lot of seats in the back. Like, this is the far back. There's like a pipe organ, a normal sized pipe organ here. And then I turned around and there was this absolutely gigantic pipe organ in the back up on the balcony. I don't think this image does it justice. Here it is. So like these are the people. I turn around, the giant ass pipe organ on the back. They were playing like some dinky little piano in the front. And then someone was playing like the cello, I think. I was like, if I'm having a wedding, I realized I guess I'll have it at church. I don't know. I'm not really religious, but I want it at church with a giant ass pipe organ, and I want that pipe organ played because the pipe organ is fucking awesome. I'm like pointing at my desk as if you could see me doing that. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say, except for the fact that I felt I was feeling really out of place. Because I'm like, I never really talked to my cousin. Okay, I'm just gonna copy what that is and Google it right now. It better not be bad. Oh, I guess. Oh, he's a. Okay, I see. He's a pipe organ. Look at this. He's owning this hat. He's owning this hat too. He's kind of swagged up. Is this his signature hat? It looks like it. This guy looks like a G. That'd be awesome if I could have him at my wedding. But yeah, like I didn't really talk to my cousin, and they're talking about how good he is, and I'm like, I don't really know this stuff, and he had like all of his best men and stuff there, and I'm like definitely wasn't even close to that, and I'm just like, why am I here? And then of course, when you're single and you're at a wedding, I don't know if it's just me, but you're like, fuck, I'm almost 30 and I'm not even close. I'm probably never gonna get married and blah, blah. I was getting pretty down. I was getting really down. I was like, I was like, I shouldn't have come here. No, wait, I should have come here because of Carl. But other than Carl, I shouldn't have come here at all. You played Dancing Mad? Oh yeah, that would explain it. That would be awesome for my wedding. That'd be cool. But yeah, I was having a not good time. Uh, then we took a shuttle to the loft. I forget what it's actually called. Thank God I did the search for this. It took me like 10 minutes to find this place. The Skyline Loft. This was where the dinner tables were. And can I get another image of like the other place? And this is, oh man, it's like there's another kind of smaller room. This is kind of more what it looked like, but this is looking at it from the other direction. But it's like this. I don't know what it was. I learned that. Okay, can I get a picture of the elevator actually? This is the elevator that we took. Well, actually, I took the stairs because the line for the elevator was really long. But I took the elevator at the end. For Kevin, who can't see, it can fit a car. It's a very, very big elevator. It was very cool to go up and down. And they had a bar that actually has the image of the bar. They had a bar in the elevator. So if you're taking the elevator up, you can get some drinks, which is very funny. And apparently the story behind it is that the boss who worked or who owned this place was like hated to shit by his employees. So he got a car elevator installed to take it up to the 5th floor where his office was, so that his car wouldn't get keyed and vandalized and stuff, which is very funny. Hello. Everyone's at work. Yeah, where's the food? That is true. It took a while to get to food for the wedding. There no now I'm thinking about it, there's no buffet or anything. It was just alcoholic beverages and soda, which I drink neither of. I could get some water though. I got a bit of water. But it's awesome how this elevator is awesome. The place was really cool. You know, I like the wood aesthetic a lot. But it's a nice venue. And then you get a view of it's called the Skyline Loft because it's a loft and you see the city skyline. And then there was like this harvest moon as well, this huge ass orange moon at the skyline. I didn't take a picture. Or maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. Maybe I did. The thing is, phone cameras never take good pictures of moons. So I don't think I bothered. I looked at it in my phone camera and I said, wow, this sucks. It's like this giant ass moon. And then when your phone like is this big, and then when your phone gets it, it's like this big. It's like, why? Oh, I'm not playing with. This is about my cousin's wedding. But no in wedding food. I'll remember the line. That's crazy. Yeah, this is Mickey's wedding. But yeah, huge elevator that had a bar in it. And then there was like this table with a bunch of envelopes to people, and I couldn't find mine. I was like, wow, does he not know? Like, was I even invited to the wedding? Because when I tried to go to the RSVP to get the schedule, I looked at I like put in my name and couldn't find it. So I was like, maybe I just tagged along and I wasn't even invited. But no, there was an envelope for Chrissy Smith. That's why I didn't see it, because I thought there was some lady there named Chrissy Smith, because Chris is like a popular name. So like there was this note, and that it made me feel a lot better. I didn't even write it in here how the note made me feel better, but like it has a little mushroom on it. For background, like I talked with Mickey it was like years ago at one of our other cousins. Was it a wedding? Or was it was something like that. It wasn't a wedding. It was maybe an engagement party or something. I guess I wasn't invited to that wedding. But and we talked about video games and stuff. I never actually reached out to him though. I tried to be like, "Oh, you should add me on Steam." And then I guess he like kind of soft declined it for some reason, which is why I didn't bother. Maybe I misheard it, but like so I knew he played games. So I was like, but like I thought he didn't do that anymore. He's getting married. He was getting an engineering degree. No one has time for that. No one has time for games anymore when you're doing that shit. But I got this note and said, "I'm writing this before watching Molly, who's his wife, play Paper Mario tonight." So I guess Mickey remembered that Paper Mario was like my favorite game of all time or something. I don't know how. Oh yeah, before that, I forgot to mention, before that, we spent a month in Chicago and I lived at Mickey's and we played the shit out of Castle Crashers. It kind of just came out. That's how long ago it was. So that's like, those are my big Mickey memories right now. I feel really bad that I don't know much about him. But he says, "I figured that might make you grin," which it did. Because remember, I was feeling absolutely miserable. So I'm writing this before watching Molly play Paper Mario. He's writing his wedding note, which means this happened recently. This happened recently. He's getting his wife to play Paper Mario. And before I forget to mention it, they were talking about stuff, and apparently Molly was really into Animal Crossing and got Mickey into Animal Crossing during COVID and stuff. So I'm like, yes, maybe I can also get to know Molly through video games. Maybe, yes. I still got to reach out because it's been 2 weeks. I wanted to wait till they were done with their honeymoon and everything got settled, but I don't know how long I should wait. But I remember you showing me TTYD and so many other fun games. Homestar Runner. So I don't remember that at all, by the way. So many fun memories and so many puns. I hope that you have an awesome night tonight and that everyone getting together brings back fabulous memories of great times to reminisce to. Looking forward to seeing you, and I hope that small talk with everyone is more champagne than real pain. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but champagne than real pain. Love, Mickey and Molly. But sorry, Kevin, I don't know whether that it came out again was a reference to. I was reading the note, but that made me feel really good. I'm like, there's hope. Mickey remembers me. He loves me. He still plays games. I'm not a weirdo that he doesn't want to talk to. Oh, Castle Crashers. Yeah, it did come out again. And then I tried playing it with friends, and they were not having fun at all. And I was having a great time, but they were like going, "Oh, this is boring. It's not that good." Then we just stopped playing after like ironically, the wedding boss, I think, and then just didn't pick it up again. So I've enjoyed playing as Paint Jr., but whatever. But yeah, I felt a lot better. I spent a lot of time in the bathroom though, because I don't know, man. What am I gonna do? Well, I was just on there, but he had this like wedding book. He's like, it was a book of like all the art pieces in the Chicago Museum. I don't know if you need to know that, but it was like sign anywhere in the book. It said sign right anywhere in the book. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something really stupid and funny because I think Mickey would like it, even though I don't really know him as well, or that well, I think. He said anywhere in the book, so my plan was to write out a whole message, then split it up into like sentences and like cut off words, literally cut off words. So I'd write the A and end, go to wherever the next page is, and then write the ND. It was like, I'd write a message, then say, continues on page 117. Write the next one. Continues on page 68. Something like that. I don't know, anyone on my group are really like party goers. That doesn't surprise me at all. By the way, while I was sitting there before I went to the bathroom, a guy came up to me and said, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, always painfully honest. So I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." But we had a nice chat, but it was really awkward. But yeah, I could see Rosie being kind of a social butterfly. But yeah, it's like for the note, I did that, and then like I wrote on the side. I wrote sideways. I wrote upside down. I like continue on page 56, and then did like, oh sorry, I meant 57. Continued on page 57, and then wrote it on 57. Uh, I went back to like, you know how books work. So on like one page, I wrote the first message, and then in the middle, I went back. So let's say it was page 14. I went back to page 15 and wrote the other half of the message, so that while he's reading the first half, he could see the second half. And then at the end, I used a Caesar cipher. So I just went fucking crazy. It took so long to write the draft, and then it took even longer than I expected to write. Like it was like when it was a while after. So I'm like, everyone's done signing the book, but no, people were signing the book still. So I just waited there. I have my hands on my hips. I like just waited there. And I was told, no, just writing it, just writing it. And I was like, fine, I'll write in it. And then I started writing, and then I was told by someone else, like, Chris, give other people a chance to write. So halfway through, I like backed off, let them write, and then went back to it. It's like it took a while. But yeah. So eventually, I finished that. That was good to get done. Yeah, I don't know what his reaction is. He hasn't sent anything to me since, but I hope he got a laugh out of it because I thought it was genius. Had dinner with the Brannigans. The Brannigans are like, my dad always mentions this Brannigan bash that his side of the family, my brothers usually go to. I'm not a vacationer. And like I mentioned before, usually when my dad has some kind of parties things, it's usually just drinking and watching sports, and I'm just sitting there, you know, I'm just sitting there. But the Brannigans are very nice. They're very funny. There's this one lady who she had dyed hair, so I'm like, oh, that's nice. And she's like kind of on the older side. You could see in the wrinkles. I didn't ask what her age. Actually, her husband was like 45, I think. They looked younger than that, I'll say. But or was he like 55? No, it must have been like somewhere in between there. But she was really fun. Like it gave me kind of some hope. Where like once I grow older, I don't have to like I could still dye my hair green if I want to. I could still be a goofball. I don't know. It gave me confidence with stuff like that. Kevin, I would definitely come to your wedding. Or is it the other way around? I would definitely invite you to my wedding as well. Remember when we had that talk? I lied. Fuck you, buddy. It would be so awesome to have Kevin's sketches. But one of my friends is getting married, but only, I guess because his wife only saw a handful of us. Only that handful actually got invited, and we can't go. The rest of us can't go to the wedding, but we could go to the after party, and we're probably gonna do a week-long hangout, I hope. But I try to. I really all I have is my online friends now that I think about it, so I don't know. Maybe my life will be different later. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a board group. I'll be like, okay, board game nights once every 6 months ain't cutting it. I'm gonna go find a board game night group and then make a shit ton of real life friends there. I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, I want to go to the Brannigan Bash now. So I expressed my interest to my dad, and I think they're going to like somewhere in New Jersey, some beach thing. So I'll probably go to that. That'll be fun, I think. Connect with family more. Be less of a guy who just sits in his room, I guess. Bye, Kevin. Kevin, I didn't get to the arcade games. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm not gonna get enough sleep. I'm taking so long. I will upload it. Hopefully I don't hopefully I don't forget to upload the stream to YouTube, but the VOD's always here, so. But yeah, we did dinner. Dinner was good. Then there was like a dancing section. I was like, I'm not really interested. I just spent more time in the bathroom on my phone. And then when I did dance, I would like bob up and down to the music, or do something like this. Not really dance. There was a kid who was killing it. You know the gif of the kid at the rave, like That there was a kid doing stuff like that. It was crazy. I do have that. Do I have that video? Did I upload that video here? No, I just uploaded Carl images and videos. I won't stream it, or I won't put it on stream just to protect his identity. But anyway, I took the first shuttle home. There were several shuttles. I made sure I got back on the first one because it was late. I got back at the hotel at 12, and I had to wake up early for Carl. I had to go meet Carl. I had less than 8 hours to get up for Carl, so I had to get to the train station at 10. That was the plan. I got up at 8:15. I got to the hotel at 12, so I still had to get home and get ready for bed and stuff. So it was like maybe 7 hours of sleep. It wasn't that bad. Showered, take a 15-minute walk to a 45-minute train. I forgot my AirPods. I was like, should I go back in and get them? No, I'm already late. And then I'm like, I'm hungry. Should I go to the Dunkin' Donuts that's nearby for breakfast again? But it was in the opposite direction. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can get something with Carl. So I was walking to the train station, and there was a Dunkin' Donuts on the way. So I'm like, well, it's right there. So I got 2 bacon, egg, and cheeses and a donut because I'm like, I don't want to be hungry for Carl. Do not do that. I eat a lot. I can eat a whole pizza. I'm like, my ability to eat is very good. 2 bacon, egg, and cheeses like took so long. It was strenuous. There was a guy sitting across from me who was like looking at me. And that didn't help when I was on a time limit. I was like, I'm late. I don't think I told Carl why I was late, but that was why I was late. So but it's okay. He was late too. He texted me when I got on the train saying I'm going to be late. So I'm like, whew. But yeah, after that, I took the donut. It was like a frosted chocolate donut. And I'm like, I just ate it. My fingers, while I was walking the train station, my fingers were sticky. I didn't have any water. No, I did have water. I put it in my pocket and then I drank the water while I walked. It was kind of a mess, but whatever. Yeah, Carl said he was going to be late. So hopefully it was fine. I didn't bother. Hi, Evan. Welcome. By the way, I didn't see your Pinball Mania stream because I fell asleep. I fell asleep before that, so sorry about that. But yeah, I was worried about getting a train pass, so I wanted to leave early. I figured it would take me 15 minutes to figure out how to get a train pass. It was really easy. It's like, what do you want? Day pass. It's $5. How are you paying? Credit card. Tap the credit card on the thing. Spits out a pass. Do you want a receipt? I'm like, sure, just in case. Had a pass. Hooray. Tap it on the thing. Walk through. You're on the train station. Easy. It was $5. $5 for all day. It was good. Missed some good pinballs. But yeah, I was like, because whenever I do trains, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going on the right train. I don't know if it's going in the right direction. I was like, I had maps out and I was like looking in one direction of the train. It's at the loop. I was at the loop. It's called the loop. I found out because there's a big system of trains that loop around. So at least I think. So I looked one way and there was like a curve and I could see it on the map. So I'm like, I know that's the way I'm not going. I looked the other way and then the little like cone on your little guy on Google Maps turned in the direction of where I wanted to go. I'm like, okay, I want to go that way. But I didn't know like if there are multiple trains and they were different or if I could just get on one train and be fine because it's just a straight shot in that direction or not. So I just got on the first train I saw that was going in the right direction, which I was thankfully on the right side of the station, the correct side, because I would have had to go the other side to go the other way. So thank God for that. By the way, it was a raised platform. Actually, I wonder if I can like Chicago, the Loop train station. I wonder what the train station is, but no, this is basically what it looks like. Yeah, it's a raised railway. Mine did not look this nice at all. Kind of looked more like this, and then there was like a little platform on the side. It was good. Like that was it. But it's cool. I was very, very impressed by this. I didn't see something like this, but this is kind of crazy. That's why it's called the Loop, I'm assuming. But yeah, so I got on the first train I saw. Apparently it was a Brown Line train. It didn't look brown because I guess brown is just default in my brain. It was like, I was looking at my phone, it's like, the next stop is this, going here. Thankfully, trains say where their final destination is. And the station I was going to was the final destination. I forget what it was. Forget what the station was. But I saw that it was different. I'm like, fuck! So I got off of the train at the next stop immediately. And then the next train thankfully had a green like tile thing because it was the green line. I'm like, okay, that has to be the one, right? I was looking at the stop. I was making sure the end stop was the same. And I was just looking at my phone. It's like, the next stop is this. And I was cross-referencing it with my phone. And after like 5 stops, I finally was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is the train. How long is it going to take? Oh, like 40 minutes. I was like still keeping an eye. Like they would say, this is the station. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm like 10 stations away. So around 5 stations, I'll check again just to make sure. Harlem. That's where I got off because it was closest to round 1, the arcade, round 1. Anyway, lots of train stress for me. I'm a little suburban lad who, when we were in Chicago, that first trip to Chicago around when Castle Crashers came out, I went on the train with my family, with my dad. I think that was the first time I ever went on a train. By the way, Mickey would take the train to school as like an elementary school kid alone. I was like, holy crap, that's really impressive, especially as a kid. It's still impressive to me now. But yeah, I took that train, and then when I was getting my copy editing certificate, I took the train into Philadelphia a few times. And then this train. I think those are literally the only times I've ever been on a train. So I was very stressed out. The only other time I went alone was was for the certificate. So yeah, not good. And that shit was forever ago. That was like 6 years ago or something. I don't know. Very long ago. Boston PAX. I'm gonna have to take a train for PAX Unplugged, which is in Philadelphia, November 18th or 19th. I'm going with my board game night friends, I think. Even if they're not going, I'm going. Now, it's like, fortunately, I have a train that gets there. It's like more than an hour, but not that bad. Because on trains, you don't have to drive. You can just go get your phone and do whatever you want. You're like a passenger princess. Works for me. I could just read more Kickstarter emails because that's basically what I did on this train. I just read a bunch of Kickstarter project updates because I'm backing a lot of board game Kickstarters. It's bad. It's bad for my wallet, and then I just let the project updates pile up, and then when I have free time, which was at work before I got panned for using my phone too much. It was like a building wide pan, but I'm pretty sure it was because of me. Because once summer ended and dogs weren't doing much, I was on my phone a lot. I'm very productive with those project updates, but I don't really read it anymore. I listen to podcasts instead. It looks better. But yeah, got off at Harlem. Oh yeah, we didn't know what we wanted to do. I was like, when I got to Chicago, I was looking at stuff around wherever the hotel was. Because the hotel is in the Loop. It's like in the city. Carl didn't want to drive into the city. His plan was to drive like 2 hours or something to an airport, one of the airports, and then take a train into the city. And then we would do stuff around my hotel. So I didn't have to do anything. God bless that man. But thankfully, I was like, I want to go to an arcade. Because I was always like, I see arcades that have like Smash Bros in them and stuff, like modern arcades. And I'm like, I'm wondering if there's something around there near Chicago. That would be fun to do with Carl. And then I saw there was a round 1, and round 1 has a very good reputation, especially among a friend group that I have for its rhythm games. They talk about loving going to round 1 all the time, and there's one like right outside Chicago, like 40-ish minute train ride away, and some drive away from the thing. I was like, oh, but I don't want to take a bus. But then I remembered Carl was driving. So Carl could just drive. I get out of the city because Carl didn't want to drive in the city, but I get out of the city. Carl's free to drive us wherever the hell we want to go. So that worked out very well. So that was the plan. That's the plan we went. Yeah, arcades are pretty good, as we'll get to later. Such a good guy. But yeah, before the trip, all we knew was we wanted to see the bean, which we didn't end up doing because we didn't go in the city. So no bean pictures with Carl, unfortunately. And deep dish pizza. I wanted to eat deep dish pizza. That's all we knew for sure. But basically what I was talking about, drove us around. And then Carl brought up this arcade called Galloping Ghosts. I was more interested in round one, but I was like, sure, we could do it. Yeah, I called Carl to find out where he was. He was really high pitched on the phone. He sounded like a completely different person. He had like the same cadence, and that's how I knew it was him. But I was actually second guessing if I called the right guy, even though he was talking to me as if he knew it was me. But it was very weird. But he got there around the same time, which was 10:30. So he was 30 minutes late. I was 30 minutes late. It worked out very well. Yippee. I got in his silver Prius. I didn't know Carl drove a Prius. With how he is, I don't know how to describe it. He loves talking about his cars and stuff and his old ass cars. I was not expecting him to have an electric car, but he has a Prius. Galloping Ghost is the spot in Chicago, though. If there's anything you learn from this stream, it's that go to Galloping Ghost. It's very good. But it had bad tire pressure. I looked over on the dashboard. I'm like, hey, Carl, what's that light? The bad tire pressure light. He's like, oh, yeah, that just turned on. And then as we were like driving around, the screen said that the car needed maintenance. And he's like, yeah, no, that also just started happening. It was just very funny. I'm like, are you sure? But in real life, on the phone, he sounds super high-pitched. In real life, he sounded high-pitched still. What you hear on Carl's stream is not what he sounds like. He sounds higher-pitched. I think he's putting on a voice. Either that or his mic is weird. Honestly, I probably sound different on the mic as well. We need Carl here. We need Carl's expert opinion. Actually, I was going to do pictures at the end, but I do remember that. Why did I drag OBS? Don't do that. Remember that I'm not very good at taking pictures, so I didn't take a whole lot of pictures, but this is me getting in the car with Carl for the first time. There's the parking for the train station. There he is. There's Carl. There's the cow on the roof while we were driving to Galloping Ghosts. Here's Carl. He's so happy. Look at him. He has his Mr. Bones Wild Ride shirt on. What a great picture of our great friend Carl. Here's another picture that's more zoomed out. There are my fingers. He's chilling. Whoa, spoilers. Whoa. But his music choice was the Splatoon 2 soundtrack on YouTube, which I thought was very interesting. I was like, once he said it was on YouTube, I was like, I don't want to fuck with that. But if he had video game music on his phone, like I do, I was gonna be like, hey, give me your phone. I want to pick. But with YouTube shenanigans, I didn't even want to bother. We went to Galloping Ghosts first because I didn't want to be in round one alone. It's foolish in hindsight because, as you'll hear later, it would have been better if we were alone. It's a little embarrassing. And when I got there, after I got to Galloping Ghosts, I didn't even think about talking loudly, the people who work there hearing me, other people hearing me or whatever. But let's get a Galloping Ghosts. I don't know why it's called that, but it's memorable. Anyway, can we get I think this is the is this the main front area? I'm not recognizing these games. I can't see them. Why are all Google images ass? Galloping Ghosts. Here's the logo. Can I get outside? It didn't look like this because we went in the morning, but this is what it looks like on the outside. But we got there at 10:55. It opens at 11. We waited outside. I felt really awkward. And then like once it was 11, Carl just started going. I was like, maybe we should wait like a few minutes so we don't look weird. But we went in. Someone was already in there, so I guess that's whatever. One ticket is $25. Carl paid for it. He didn't even mention it. He didn't mention anything. He paid for it. I paid for my half at the end, but I was like, should I pay you back? Like I should pay you back, right? Do you want me to pay you back? And he's like, do whatever you want. I was like, okay. But $25 for as long as you want in that fucking arcade until it closes. You can do whatever you want. I know we went to leave to eat, and Carl's like, we can come back if I show you the receipt, right? And the guy's like, yeah. I was like, you can leave and come back? And Carl was constantly talking about how expensive it was now. Like, it used to be $10. $25 is so expensive. Meanwhile, I'm like, $25 for like, I didn't even know what day we had before I thought it was ridiculous. And after the day we had, I'm like, yeah, that's obviously worth $25. That's crazy. But yeah, normally I don't like arcades or arcade games. Whenever I'm like, usually I think of Pac-Man and Galaga, and from our experience in there, Pac-Man and Galaga were not very fun. So, you know, what are you gonna do? But like that's I think that's more in the context of booting them up on Steam. Because while I was there with a friend, I wouldn't really go to an arcade alone, I think. But with a friend, it's just fun to walk around, see a 2-player game, go, hey, you want to play that? And then we play it, and then we go, whoa, yeah, blah, blah, experience it. And just do it, and like you have infinite credits, so it's not like you have to worry about, what if the game sucks? I'll wait until I see something I want to do. No, you just fucking go and you play Joust, and then you go, well, Joust 2 is right there. We might as well play Joust 2 as well, and then we play Joust 2. Is Joust? Did I even put Joust on here? I think I forgot. I wrote I wrote everything I could remember. So Carl's top. I thought he had top 4 games, but the games he took me to immediately were Domino Man, I forget the lumber game, and Tapper. And I want to show off some of these games. Domino Man. Arcade, long play. How loud is this going to be, do you think? Will it load, do you think?
In Washington, Donald Trump loaded up the
fuck
Supreme
your ads.
Court to overturn Roe v. Wade.
You have to ban it.
You have to ban it. So the idea is you have to build... That's so loud. You have to build these dominoes. The bee kills you. All the other guys knock the dominoes over. You have infinite... You have infinite tries, and then you can choose to knock it down now or keep... Because it's all a continuous screen. So, like, if he built these and knocked it down, it would knock all these down and then knock down the ones on the other screen. But as you see, you have infinite tries. As long as it doesn't hit the end domino. And for most of it, in fact, I think for all of it, I was better than Carl at it. Even though it was, like, his game. You might be like, is there a time limit? The little clock walks... Where's the clock? The little clock walks around the border of the screen and then hits your domino. And then that's game over. And touching the B is game over. And then you can use a domino to hit things and push guys out of the way. This was a really good arcade game. This was like... This wasn't the one... I think we played... I forget which one we played first, but... This is a fun game. I would literally play this on stream. I would literally play this game on stream. That's how good it is. I would boot this up on Steam. I don't know if there's a way to play it easily, but if there is, I would want to do a stream of it because it is genuinely just fun. Even on its own, like, but having a co-op or like a competitive, not co-op, competitive angle to it was fun. Carl would usually get too big for his britches and then lose it, and I would like push them after 2 screens or so, and that would keep me ahead. But We played that. We played, was it like Lumberjack arcade game? I might need some help with some of these. Timber was also fun. In like competitive, you want to cut down more trees than your opponent. So you're both walking around cutting down trees, and then when you get to a tree, mashing the shit out of the button. This one was really fun too. This is a very good, like, competitive game. This was the second of Carl's favorite games in Galloping Ghosts. And then, like, he does that for the player who wins, and the player who loses, he like slams them on the ground. There were like so many different animations. I was kind of surprised. Usually when I think of arcade games, I think like it has one screen and one animation and that's about it. But no, I was this whole trip changed my view of arcade games for the better. Like even these old ones, not even the new ones. There was Tapper. Tapper was right.
Who's as pumped as I am to get inside the new
I
Sprouts Farmers
can
Market?
I get ad block on here in the private window? Whoa, shit. Holy hell. We did not get past this level, I think. But the idea is you have to knock these guys back and out and then make sure the glasses that come back don't crash it. And he has so much swag. He's so fucking cool. Hold on, just good sprite, good sprites, good sprites. But yeah, the thing is shaped like a tap as well. The control stick. It's shaped like a tap, which I thought was very fun as well. What the fuck? We never got this. What else did we play? We played Street Fighter 3 Alpha. We played Street Fighter 5. There was like this whole Street Fighter row. And it was there that I kind of realized everyone's like, it's for fighting games, it's fine if you just mash and don't know what you're doing. It's still fun. I learned that it is not still fun. And not because Carl beat me every time, but because I just had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing normal punches and normal kicks, and I wanted to do more interesting moves and stuff. And I don't know, it's not fun if you don't know what you're doing. I think that went for every fighting game we played. We played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We played a JoJo fighting game. I don't know which one. Pocket Fighter was fun though. I feel like in Pocket Fighter you could end up doing moves. Otherwise, we played a good amount of Pocket Fighter. Carl. By the way, Carl's main Street Fighter is Ken. He always played Ken when he could. I was mixing it up. He always played Ken. It was very funny and it kind of really in character for him. But we had a lot of fun with Pocket Fighter. In the JoJo fighting game, he played Jotaro, by the way. So, still kind of the same vibe. I played Joseph, so that game was interesting. I'd like to play more of it. I obviously had no idea how the stands worked and stuff. Did we play Zookeeper? Which one's Zookeeper? That doesn't sound familiar, so I don't think so. No, we definitely did not play this. Taito and Sega are like the kings of making video games, I learned, by the way. Taito's still at it. QQQ Beats. I'm gonna play. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna play QQQ Beats one day. I'm just very slow with playing games. What the fuck is happening? See, like I would have. Oh my god! How loud is it? I would have loved to. Like I would have laughed my ass off playing this shit just like I did right now. It's so fucking loud. This is so weird. But I didn't realize Sega made so many fucking arcade games. Taito, I kind of knew. Like they made Bubble Bobble and shit. Those are the Bubble Bobble guys. Yeah, we played a good amount of fighting. Oh, what the fuck was that golf game? And then you could save your progress and you could control the ball in the air. And the different characters had like different. There he is. Different characters had different Fucking goddamn it! Can I move this over here, please? Golf Arcade game. I'm not gonna find it. Neo Turf Masters? No. It like had 3D graphics. This, I think. I think I remember it had a ball, or maybe not. Golden Tee. What the hell? Fuck your ads? No, maybe it wasn't Golden Tee Golf. No, I don't think it was. Hold on. We have to figure this out, okay? Look at me so swagged up. It had like a unique stick too. It had a unique stick. See, this is why I wanted to prepare, so I could just find this shit beforehand. I'm almost... I don't remember. Golf arcade game with different characters can control ball in air. No. Golden Tee Golf. No. It had specific characters. I most recent Golden Tee Golf. I'm kind of committed now. Golden Tee PGA Tour 2026. It probably wasn't that. Golf. How would I? Oh, you know what I didn't list, but I just remembered I had a brain blast of? It was this like 3D fighter. It's not Clap Hands or Easy Come Easy Golf. Fuck, I don't remember. But there was this 3D arcade game where you could like every character had like a projectile and like guns, and you would like you had a fly. You could fly, and you would like fly. You could fly like all over the screen really quickly, and Carl just won by using the projectile button, and I was trying my hardest to actually play the game. I forget what it had like a bunch of freaks, a bunch of like mutants. Hold on, maybe like arcade fighting game with mutants. Three 3D fighting game. It was BioFreaks. It was BioFreaks. I'm almost certain it was BioFreaks. That sounds. It was on the N64. The worst fighting game. I don't know about that. Fuck your ads.
We call it
title for the PS2 and would have seen Get These Freaks in.
No, this was. I'm pretty sure this was it.
Now, there's not all that much to
Yeah, no, this was it. This was the guy Carl played. I'm pretty sure.
Scrape if you sin actually developed it. Pretty much anyone who bought or
No, this was it. This was it.
responsible for it.
Carl just held down the fire button, the projectile button, and did that. Neo Turf Masters. Let's see. No, see, it was 3D. It wasn't pixels. But everyone knows this. Everyone see this. Fuck. I wish I took the time to remember it. That golf game. We played Marble Madness. Carl was not a fan of Marble Madness. I think I remembered Marble Madness from when I was a kid or something. It has a ball controller that like you would, do this to the ball controller to spin it. And you would race in 2-player mode. And if it falls from too far, it's your ball breaks. And the trackpads were kind of not that great. So you really had to shove the ball to get it going. We were so bad at it. Wait, was that always a thing? No, we did not make it to this. I don't know what the hell this is. But we were only able to make it to 2 levels before I'm like, okay, Carl, we don't have to play it anymore. Chicken dirt turkey gun grenade game. I remember what this is. Arcade game where you shoot turkey robbers. It's Turkey Shoot. It's Turkey Shoot, people. I saw it was like, had a big mount, like a huge mounted gun on it, and I saw it had a grenade button. I thought it was a grenade launcher, so I was like, can we play, I forget what it was called. It's very self-explanatory, right? Turkey Shoot. I was like, can we play Turkey Shoot? As it turns out, this game is fucking impossible to play. It's impossible to aim in this fucking game. We made it to like the helicopter stage, which is like the 2nd level. This person's on mission 9 in 6 minutes. And also the crosshair is impossible to see. It's impossible to see where you're shooting. This game was impossible. I would describe it as not very good, unfortunately. MASH? With the what's that? It's like a famous arcade game, right? What the fuck is wrong with these ads? Hold on. Really quickly. The overlay screen. I'm going to see if I can get ad block here. Extensions. Where is it? Manage. Permissions. How do I let it go into incognito? How to let extensions in incognito. Firefox. Go to add-ons and themes. Select the extension. Under settings, check the box that says run in private windows. Run in private windows. Allow. All right. Good. Then we bring it back. We're back. Let's see. Do we still got these ads? Oh, these are YouTube shorts? I thought those were ads. Jesus Christ, man. What? It's like the show MASH, right? It had an arcade game. It was like a... It's like a, I don't know, beat 'em up shooter thing. No? It's X-Men? I didn't see the Simpsons arcade game there. I wish I remembered what it was, but it had a broken left stick. It was like a twin stick. Twin stick shooter arcade game. This should be in Google, by the way. Smash TV! Smash TV! So you have one stick to move and one stick to shoot, like Isaac. Optimally. That's not how it went down, though. But, like, watch this. This was it, yeah. And imagine not being able to shoot to the left. That's the handicap I was working with. So we didn't really play a lot. I forgot it was a game show. I don't know where the audio is, but whatever. Wizard shot the food game. Because I forgot what it was called. It's called Gauntlet. But we played Gauntlet 2. We played Gauntlet 2. Carl gave us fucking... So I played as this guy, and Carl played as Wizard, of course. Can we get to a point where it's like really crazy? Carl gave us 30,000 health. We played this shit for like 30 to 45 minutes, and both of us were down around 20,000 health. But this looks kind of different from what we played. But yeah, it definitely wasn't MASH. I just remember it being popular. But this game is like, it's not showing it very well, but maybe it's because we were in 2-player. Maybe, you know what, Carl probably had the difficulty all the way up, but it's just hordes of enemies, a shit ton of them, and you just like get hit, and you just hold down the throw button. Carl must have had it on an insane difficulty, because it was just the entire, like, 1/4 of the entire screen was enemies. And I would always accidentally touch doors that we weren't supposed to open with keys. And Carl kept giving me shit. But so after a point, I was like, maybe I should stop picking up keys. So I kind of did. But yeah, those little spawners, that's what those little buildings are. Anyway, I got to actually properly play the Wizard Shot the Food game. So that's good. Though most of the time it was like, Warrior shot the food. What can you do? We played Bubble Bobble. Everyone knows Bubble Bobble. We made it to like stage 30. Carl wasn't too interested in playing. I love Bubble Bobble. I never beat it. Now Ribbit, my friends. Ribbit, my friends, is the game of the day. The game of the entire day. My favorite arcade game of all time. Ribbit. This isn't going to show anything. Ribbit Arcade. So this is Sega's best game. This is Sega's best game right here. It has like 54 unique levels. So it's like a competitive co-op game where you're trying to get more than your friend, but you both want to clear the level. It's like Better Frogger. It has obstacles. You don't want to get grabbed by the spiders. You have to get all the specified bugs, and then there's a time bonus. We only got over 60 like once on like the factory levels. It's like the spiders. Can you get? There are the bonus levels. Oh my god! How loud is this? No, it's kind of fine. There was the Frogger level, so the factory level. Can we get a long play? Can we get a long play of this shit? How long is this? 17 minutes? The ocean level! The ocean level is so cool because you get swept away by the waves, but you can stay on the log to be safe. Otherwise, you have to book it all the way back. And the music is awesome. And all of these rhyme. A lizard a day keeps the doctor away, but don't let the conveyor belts guide you astray. I'd read it like that every single time. You had the fucking factory level. Look at this. The gears, this was the worst. I don't know how Carl got through these because I like never did. And then it loops. Oh, these guys that drag you down. Anyway, I love Ribbit. Ribbit is awesome. Ribbit is so fun. Definitely worth playing if you find it in an arcade. I love that so much. Banned arcade game, which I learned was Journey. This game was kind of not great. Maybe it's good if you're a Journey fan. I've never heard of them in my life. Journey arcade game. You have to like get all the instruments and you do little mini games and they have their weird heads. So you would have to get down to the piano and then back up. Get back to the ship with the instrument. You have a jetpack level. I was really bad at this. This one I was good at. Carl wasn't very good at this one, but this one I could do for some reason. And I'm assuming these are remixed Journey songs. We never saw this. You had to keep the fans away. God. Was it called Poochie Poochie Boys? It was something like that. We played Pong, by the way. I didn't list it because I forgot, but we played Pong. What the fuck is this arcade game called? No. No. It was like a platformer. Damn it, I am not going to remember what this game is called. It was a platformer, but the screen was really blue, so like the colors were completely blue. Let's see if Google can help me out here. It's Japanese. This is not gonna, yeah. Wait, it found it was Cheeky Cheeky Boys. Oh my God, Google is very powerful. Cheeky Cheeky Boys. We played like 2 levels of this. Give me the arcade version. I don't know if it's different. Carl was not a fan of this. I just saw it and was like, this is interesting. But the screen was really blue. Is this what the first level's supposed to look like? It definitely did not look like this. This game looks a lot better than Gallopin' Ghost gave it credit for. Actually, I don't know if this is the same thing. No, it is. I think. I don't know. What was it? Did I write down what the name of the game was? The game where you leave the guy behind. Okay. I think it was made by Taito. Is this game where you're a character. You're a character and you have this big ball character and you hold a button to leave it behind and it like tracks it. And then when enemies come near you, you let go of the button and the ball follows where you went and kills the enemies. How the fuck am I gonna find this? Well, let's see. Arcade game where you leave a ball behind you. Oh no. Hold on. I have an idea. Japanese arcade game. Shit. Hold on. Not pachinko! Not marble pushers. It was like... I think it was made by Taito. Not pachinko! Not Arkanoid. We did play Arkanoid, though. I don't know if I listed that. And I kept bringing up Putt Putt and Pep's Balloonorama. You know what? I played this before I knew what the hell Arkanoid was. And in this game, I always liked the thing where it elongated Putt Putt. The upgrade where it did that. So when we played Arkanoid, I did that. But I was really bad at the spin controller. But I do really love that. In this game, you use the mouse. Yeah, that is true. Like, just like I mentioned before, just like picking up a game with a friend and just trying it out and laughing about it and having fun and stuff was definitely huge. I have gone to an arcade before. There's an arcade near here that Luke always had, like, would always have his birthdays at, but I just never got the same experience. If he does it again this year, which I'll ask him if he will. I don't know what I do for my birthday parties because I'm born on Christmas. I've never had a birthday party since I was a kid because I'm always like, it's cheating. Bonus leveled. Oh man, this is bringing me back, man. This is bringing me back. This isn't on Steam, is it? It should be. But maybe I'll try that arcade again. I don't even know. It has a crawl space. I remember liking going through it was like think of like a doorway, but like very small and square, like a dog door. And you could just crawl through that as a kid to get to another room. I like that part. I don't think I'm doxing myself because I remember it being pretty far away. But okay, anyway, what are we doing? Can we focus? Can we focus? It had the dragon, the Dig Dug Dragon in it. I'm almost certain, the game that I'm thinking of. No, shut up. Pup and Pets Balloonorama is fucking awesome. Not Arkanoid. Not Pac-Man. Because I think it's getting caught up on Ball. I can't find it. What the hell is this? Dinner flipping table game. They just don't make them like this over here. What was the dog walking game? That wasn't at the arcade that I saw, but if it was, we would have played the shit out of it. I have no idea. I have no idea how to find this. We'll put a pin in this one for now, just for the sake of moving things along. We played Mr. Driller. The thing about Mr. Driller, amazing arcade game. I agreed with this before I went to the arcade. I have Mr. Driller on my Switch. Mr. Driller is just a great game to play. Just if you're going for school, because there's risk. You have to think about where you're going. You don't want to get crushed. You have to get oxygen. I think it's a very good puzzly, endless game. Love Mr. Driller. Mr. Driller competitive never works. I have the one on the Switch, the competitive one that didn't work there. I figured the arcade one would be better because, it's an arcade game. But it's the same as the Switch where you either have race to get to the bomb first. So none of the puzzle aspect is there because you're just holding down and mashing. And that's what Carl did, and he won easily. I was trying to actually play the game. There's that, and then there's forget the other mode. There's I forget the other mode, but it doesn't work. Mr. Driller doesn't work with 2 players, but I wish it did so that I could show it to people and go, this is Mr. Driller, this is good. We played Bonanza Bros, of course. Love Bonanza Bros. I hope they come back in the racing game. They're in Sonic Rumble. At least their models are, right? So I think they have a chance. Love those guys. That game is hard as shit. I'm bad at it. Nintendo Arm Wrestler. Oh no, this hold on. It has the guy from Conjun House. I saw that and I was like, we have to play this game. This is the guy from Conjun House. This guy right here. This is the Conjun House guy. Carl played the first one, and it's just called arm wrestling. Okay. Can we get... I think you need to see... You need to see the person playing it. Hello, THPS. You have to mash one way and then know when to stop, and then if they fuck up, then you get free thing. Neither of us really knew how to play this. This is kind of just what it was like when Carl was doing it. He never mashed the power button. Okay. But this one was very funny. I should have tried it. What was the ninja baseball game called? We played a lot more than this, I feel like. We were there for... It opened at 11. We were there until 6. We were there for 7 hours. Ninja Baseball Batman. We played the entirety of this. Carl wanted to play it, and Carl wanted to keep playing it. I wanted to play it because it looked interesting, but then after a point, it's you have one attack button. And at this point, I think I realized why people tend to not like beat 'em ups, because they probably played ones like this. Don't get me wrong, the aesthetic is awesome. Your ninjas, your baseball players, all the enemies are like, they look like this. The music's good. There's a haunted house level. It's Texas for some reason. Philadelphia wasn't a stage, right? Chicago was. Yeah. There's the Ghost Buffalo. Yeah, this the game's aesthetic is very good, but you only have one attack button. You have 4 different guys to play. I played as the guy with the blue guy the most, but whenever I died, I would switch it up and try to play a different character. But I would say my main is the blue guy. Yeah, if you want a good beat 'em up that doesn't have one attack button, River City Girls is really good. River City Girls, give it a chance. But Carl wanted to play it to the end. I obliged. It took us a while. And there was this one game that kept making this really annoying noise every like 30 seconds the entire time. It was driving me fucking insane, but we did it. Darius, because I knew Darius. I'm like, hey, Darius is the game with the really big screen. So we played Darius 1. I wanted to play the most recent one with the even bigger screen. But, this is very funny. This is so funny that YouTube does this. This is awesome. But we played until the first boss, the Coelacanth, and then Carl wasn't too psyched about it anyway, but I wanted to play it. So we did. But yeah, Dad and his son were playing the modern one that I wanted to play. Fuck those guys! Apparently, I feel like we played more. Let me just like think. I don't know, but we spent a shit ton of hours in one room, and then Carl revealed that there were like 6 more rooms. I kid you not. Hold on. Here. Do I still have the thing on? The thing on? Do I still have? I need like a good shot. This is like, imagine this. Around this size is like the size of the first room. When you first walk in the door, there's like this, and then there's like a little more on the other side. Then there's another room that's like about this big, and then you keep walking, and there's another room that's about this big, and then Carl took us back to like around back here, and then you like loop around the front desk. There's another room. Wait, there was this 3D game, this 3D fighting game. It's like, Evan, are you still here? Do you know what I'm talking? Do you know what this is? It's like, there's no screen. It has like blocks, like children's blocks in it. And then it would be like a hologram. It would show holograms on that kind of table where the blocks were. And we played a fighting game version of that. Arcade hologram fighting. And there was another hologram like arcade game. Wait, this might be it. Google's awesome. Yeah, this is it. I don't know if you can get it. I don't know if you can get it on here, but because I saw it, we were ready to leave, but I saw Carl was just showing me all the rooms, and I saw that, and I was like, "What the fuck? We have to play this." This doesn't do it credit because it's like pixels, but you have to imagine that this is a hologram. This is a hologram that's in the middle of this. Like right here. Yeah, this image shows it really well because the quality wasn't great and it was weirdly bent. I don't know how they did it, but I could imagine being here. It wasn't a very good arcade game. This is one of the few arcade games that I won. But like when this came out, if I was there when this game came out, I would go, this is the future of video games. This is fucking insane. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else we played, but this is like all I remember, which doesn't seem like a lot, but there must have been something in the back that we played too. Wait, I'm stupid. Dude, we played fuck, what's it called? I'm blanking on it. The game where the 7th one just came out recently, and I recorded like 4 videos for it, but never released them because I was going to go back and finish it, but I never did. So those videos just don't exist on the internet right now. What the fuck was it called? Hold on. Maybe I can find it in my OBS videos folder. Magical Drop. We played like Magical Drop 2 or something. It's like Magical Drop 2 or 3. I don't think arcade matters. Magical, was it 3? There were... I can't believe I'm blanking. Who were the guys that did Metal Slug? There was a whole row. Oh, we played Metal Slug as well. And then we played this not Metal Slug game. Where you like a guy and a girl, and one of them is in the foreground and one of them is in the background. We played that for like half a level before realizing that it wasn't Metal Slug. SNK. Yeah, we can't enjoy those games because of the Saudi Arabian government. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know all the shit that government did. But I thought people just didn't like them because they were putting Ronaldinho soccer in their fighting games and monopolizing fighting games. But no, as it turns out, they did some pretty bad stuff. No, Evan, you missed it last time, but I'm the friend that's too woke. So maybe it was Magical Drop 3. It was Magical Drop 3. I played Magical Drop before. I love these kinds of games. There's a tier list? Maybe it wasn't 3. Son of a bitch. I don't know. It was one of them. Carl played as the... I have to search. Maybe it'll come to me once I see them. It wasn't Justice. Mitchell? Look, it's Mitchell. It's important. It's important that I figure this out, okay? So was it the one with the... Was it Star? No, it wasn't Star. It wasn't High Priestess. Fuck, I don't remember. Carl played as one of the characters, and I guess they had a... I would win. I was winning a lot. My APM in Magical Drop, once I get going, is pretty good, I think. It's like the fastest I'll ever play a video game is Magical Drop. I kind of scare myself. I go in a fugue state. But so I was doing pretty good. Carl picked a character. Carl picked a character, and then he just would win within like 10 seconds. I'm assuming they had a special skill or something, but I could do nothing. But Magical Drop is fun. I should play that with Gavin. I think Gavin also got Magical Drop like 7 or whatever it is. You know what? Why live in ignorance? Let's find out. It's an update. You better not break the game. I'm at the end right now. In fact, I was supposed to record the end of it today before whatever happened, but then I remembered I wanted to do this stream. Sure, we'll update it. I don't know what the update is. Anyway, focus, man, focus. Magical Drop 6. Okay. Played 84 minutes. So sad. I got it for like $1 though, so whatever. I think Kevin also has this. No? Kevin also has it. Okay. Anyway, we played that. There are probably a few that I'm forgetting. Carl wanted me to play the F-Zero game. Wait, the racing games. Obviously, we played, why am I blanking on it? Literally the racing game with the Eurobeat. What the fuck? What is it called? I'm gonna end it all. We played Initial D. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I played Initial D. Carl wanted me to play Initial D. I couldn't win the fucking race. At least on like normal mode. Then I went on easy mode and it was fine. That was interesting. And then it was like this classic Sega racing game. Sega arcade racing game. I also played that. Oh yeah, what's the one where you're this one? This one. We played this one. I played this one. I sucked at it. Carl played this one. He did slightly better, but also sucked. Outrun. I'm like, this is really bad. Oh yeah, and Daytona USA, and then I played Daytona USA as well. Okay. Is there anything else that we played? I don't remember. I'm supposed to go to bed in 12 minutes, but whatever. At like 6, we went out to get deep dish pizza because come on. I don't remember what the place was called, but Carl drove out there and they had like frozen deep dish pizzas that you can buy and apparently ship to people. Carl's like, I want to buy one and ship one to Kevin. I'm like, if it works, hold on. Chicago deep dish pizza restaurant that sells frozen deep dishes. That's a lot. Is it Giordano's? I don't think so. Carl did drive us a while though. We did drive a while to get here. No, this is not it. I think I would have remembered this. It was like a corner store. I don't know. That's one detail I don't remember. But I guess Carl wanted me to go to this place specifically because it was notably far. We got garlic fries and a 12-inch deep dish. Fries were good. There was a mystery white sauce that both Carl and I really liked. And we were like, wow, this is really good. We kept repeating, wow, this is really, especially Carl. Carl was, every time he dipped one, he was like, wow, this is really good. And then Carl asked the waitress, what was the sauce? And she's like, I'm pretty sure that's just ranch. And I'm like, and Carl's like, like, fuck. The waitress was kind of, not rude, but like, apathetic, snappy. Not like didn't snap at us, but like curt, you know. We didn't get a good waitress, but whatever. The pizza, Carl informed me that you eat, apparently, Chicagoans eat their deep dish pizza with a knife and a fork. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Obviously, it's a deep dish pizza. It's like, you know, a calzone. It's like that, but lava. It's like that, but pizza form. So like, you could be like, oh, because it's hot. Only for like the first slice. I ate the first slice with a fork and a knife because it was hot, right? And I'm like, I want to try it, see if it's really as fucked up as I think it is. It's not good. It doesn't feel like you're eating pizza. It doesn't look like you're eating pizza either. Carl was sitting across from me. I saw him eating the pizza. It didn't look like he was eating pizza. I didn't feel like I was eating pizza with Carl because it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. So I like use my hands because I'm like, it's going to get everywhere. I have a feeling it's going to get everywhere. It didn't really get everywhere, like at all. At all. It didn't get everywhere at all. I don't know why I said didn't really, because it didn't. I just ate it normally with my hands like you're supposed to. It was fine. The thing about deep dish pizza, it tastes weird. It does not taste like pizza. It does not taste like anything I've ever tasted in my life before. It's still good. It's like, if I lived in Chicago, I'd get it every so often just to taste it again. But I wouldn't go out of my way for it. It's not like it doesn't taste that good like a nice restaurant burger does to me, you know? But I finished my 4 slices. Carl stopped at like, there's like the crust. Hold on, I need to see my webcam. Carl stopped at the crust and then like a little bit more sauce. And I was like, Carl, you gotta do it. You can't let the non-Chicagoian beat you in eating deep dish. But he did. He did. Which means I'm the better Chicagoian. We all know it. We all know it. I could have probably had another slice, actually. I remember it being more filling when I was here during the Castle Crasher days. That was the last time I had deep dish. I remembered like nothing about it. Actually, I do remember something about it. It gave me a really bad stomach ache. It was really bad. Like, you know how usually after you have a stomach break and you have to go to the what am I, 12? You have diarrhea. And usually it's like maybe 2 rounds, 3 rounds of diarrhea. That shit was like 5 or 6. It was really bad. I don't know what was in that pizza, but I was like, I figured I just ate too much. It was like just too much crap for a kid, but I don't know. This one was fine. This one was perfectly fine. And I had most of the fries too. Okay, also there was a Jewel Osco. And it was a grocery store. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you call it Jewel Osco? I was talking about it for like 3 minutes. Am I wrong? Is that not the weirdest name for a grocery store ever? Jewel Osco? That's so fucking weird. I've never encountered a like non-local grocery store with a name that made me think that's really a really weird name for a grocery store. Like around here we have Giant. It's not the best name because it's just a fucking obvious word, but like it still makes sense. But yeah, after that we went to round 1 to finish our night because I wanted to go to round 1. We could have gone back to Galloping Ghosts. I was floating the idea around. I loved Galloping Ghosts so much. I was like, I don't need to experience round 1. I want to go back and fuck around with some more arcade games. So I really do want to go back to Chicago just to go back to Galloping Ghosts. They're like, I think I mentioned it, I wrote it down in here, but like with all those rooms, I could probably go to Galloping Ghosts with Carl for every day for like a month before I exhausted everything I wanted to do in there. So it would be nice to just do a big trip and we just go to Galloping Ghosts every day. I would do it. But yeah, I say in hindsight we should have went back. Because round 1 wasn't all it was cracked up to be. At least that one wasn't. We both spent $55 on points. Because you have to pay to play there, which is like already not that good because I'm like, I want to make sure I don't spend my points. I don't want to use all my points before I played everything I wanted to. But really a lot of the games were claw machines. It's a shit ton of claw machines. Maybe I can round 1 arcade. Maybe I can show you this. A lot of it is this. Oh yeah, they're doing an Ultraman thing now. Can I just get a big image? Rows and rows and rows of this. There are claw machine games I didn't even know existed. There's like obviously the obvious claw machine ones. Then there's one where it's like there's a thing within 2 metal bars and you have instead of a claw, you have like a bumper ball and you have to like bump it through the bars. There's one with conveyor belts and they put like an anime figure box in the middle of the conveyor belts and you have to like move you choose one to move, or at least it's like you have to stop it and then it moves and then it goes and that's it. So you have to just keep putting money in and go until the thing goes off. What else was there? There's one where you have to drop you get like a scoop claw and then you like pick up as many balls as you can and then drop them in this like baking tray and you have to get a ball in the yellow spot in the baking tray to win. And they bounce around. Like they're obviously the miniature ones that I didn't know existed. What else? There are like at least 3 more different types of claw machines like that it's most of act 1 or round 1. It's most of round 1. And I'm like, it's like very depressing because claw machines are not fun. I'm assuming you can win these ones. I'm assuming these ones aren't rigged. I'm assuming it's like that one website where you can use a claw machine remotely and then they'll ship the rewards to you that friends of mine have actually won. But yeah, that wasn't really good. But oh yeah, and coin pushers, and then like the games you would see in like kids ticket arcades. I think round one isn't like, I was getting tickets as well. I just didn't even notice. We did not even exchange tickets. I think there was a ticket exchange though. But like, the big fish wheel and shit like that. But we got to the rhythm game section and I was like, yes, this is it. And they were really anime-y. They were really anime-y. Think like Mahjong Soul anime-y. Like Mahjong Soul skin anime-y. And when you're there with Carl 1001, you kind of don't want to be enthusiastic about playing any of them. Carl 101 did not want to play any of them. I can only imagine why. If it was Gavin or like Kevin, like we'd be playing that shit like crazy. But with Carl, I kind of was like, I want to play them, but like I don't want to drag Carl into it because he seems really uncomfortable. So we kind of didn't do as much of that as I wanted to. Yeah, I've never been to a Dave and Buster's, so I wouldn't know. But there was like this arcade game where you had to, it was like Connect, where you had to move your body around. I wanted to play that. Carl didn't because of the deep dish pizza, but I have a feeling there was another reason. There was another one kind of like that. We played Mario Arcade GP. Mario Arcade GP was funny because I was pretty good at it. They take a picture of you at the start, and then depending on the character you play, it overlays something. So I played as Don-chan, obviously, because I love Don-chan. And how often are you going to play Don-chan? My image was literally like this. Yeah, like this. I made my image like that, and then Don-chan just puts a little, like, I don't know what you call the rope headband thing that Taiko players wear, but it just put that on. So like it shows the picture as you're driving. So like I'm in front of Carl most of the time, and I'm just imagining him seeing the image of me like while he's like trying to race, and I like just kept laughing to myself. And then Carl played Waluigi, obviously, and he had like a Waluigi mustache and hat. You could barely see his face, but that was my favorite part of the game. And when you drift in that game, you're invincible. So I could keep my lead pretty easily. We played the Luigi's Mansion arcade game. It wasn't that good. It had a very lengthy tutorial. I didn't know when it was going to end, like when we were going to get cut off. So I think the tutorial kind of killed a lot of the momentum for us. We probably should have done that. Well, we tried a harder difficulty, and it was really hard. We didn't have our priorities straight. Like one person should be flashing, the other person should be sucking, I think. But we kind of stopped that. We played air hockey. Air hockey sucks, as usual. Like, Carl says it's because of the puck. I think it's because half of the things weren't spewing air, but like the puck wouldn't move that much. We lost it over the thing a few times. Every game is a redemption game. I know Dave and Buster's has the Luigi's Mansion game. That's all when I was like, I'd like to go to Dave and Buster's just to play the Luigi's Mansion game. That's all I know about it though. But yeah, with air hockey, like I had to hit it. I would hit it, try to do a strategic hit, and then it would just kind of die right in the center, and then I had to reach forward and go, basically give it to Carl. There were a few times where I would just shoot it as fast as I could straight through, like a fastball, just called a fastball. And Carl wouldn't do it, but Carl wouldn't be able to get it, but then he caught on, and then he kept doing zigzags, and that got him in a few times. I think the score was like 3-5. I got the first 3 points. It was 3-0 for the longest time, and then he just got 5 points. And then I tried doing zigzags. It wasn't working. I don't know. I don't like air hockey. I'm assuming there's a meta, though. There's this snowboard game that we thought you could race each other. You get on an actual snowboard thing, and then you like tilt your body. And I'm like, that seems fun. And it was pretty interesting, but it kind of lost a lot of steam because you couldn't race it. Maybe is YouTube still around? Act 1 arcade. It's not Act 1. I keep thinking it's Act 1. because of fucking plays, I guess. Snowboard. I don't think we're gonna see it. You're just gonna have to believe me on that one. Does anyone know what this game is called? Because it's coming up and I don't know the name. The Diagonal DDR. There was this zombie racing game where you have to like roll your balls. You had balls and like there were a bunch of holes and you had to get into like sprint, which is far away, and then walk and then like crawl or whatever. And I wish there was a replay. I kind of liked it. There was an interesting idea. Let's see. Maybe Google can tell us what the snowboard game is. Ride Arcade UL Snowboard. I don't think this is it. That's an actual snowboard. Now that's an actual snowboard, Google. Pump It Up. It probably is Pump It Up. That sounds right. So I haven't been in theater mode this whole time. What was I looking up? Oh yeah. It had there were like announcers for the zombie game too, and one of them was a Muppet. And I'm like, that's nice. A 3D zombie shooting game. These are like surprisingly hard. Oh wait, this is it. This is it. Ready, Deady, Go. So like you could see that you would roll the ball and it would land in one of these things. And one of them, it's like better running. Maybe there's a YouTube video. I'm like starting to run out of air in my lungs.
Apocalypse. Die catch.
It's an actual overview.
In which players must skillfully roll balls into targets to make their zombie walk, jog, or run before time runs out to claim victory.
And I won.
With its eye-catching
I won, by the way. I felt like I was doing terribly. But nope. I won. The Waddle Dee claw machine. Okay, we got I kind of forgot about showing images. Oh yeah, dude, I fucking forgot.
Bosconian.
We played Bosconian. This is Evan's favorite game. I recorded this for Evan and then I never sent it to him because I think it was too big. I didn't know that you could just shoot the thing in the middle to blow it up. I was shooting all the orbs. Carl, I watched Carl play and he was doing that. I was like, oh, I get it now. Here's an image of him playing Bosconian. I took a picture of this because these disgusting little Pac-Mans were disgusting. We didn't actually play it. It's exciting to do. Here's us playing Ribbit. Carl, by the way, when we were playing Ribbit, Carl kept looking at the high score. We were playing co-op, so like I guess it was easier, and we had infinite continues. But he wanted at least him to get better than the world record. So that's why he kept playing after we looped. And he's like, "You're so close, we could do it." I'm like, "No, I'm okay. Let's continue." This game. This is the game. This is the Pong game that we played, and this is the bathroom. This is the game. This is the game where you drag the thing behind you. What the fuck is it called? Hold on, we gotta do some investigating here. 1993, huh? 1993, huh? I guess we're here. Okay, hold on. Then let's keep that actually. Did I type that correctly? Absolutely not. Search by image. I don't know what's in that images folder, okay? Damn it! Okay, hold on. The overlay screen. Upload a file. I guess the last time I did this was 5/25, because that's the folder it opened. All right. Tinkle Pit? It was made by Namco. That would explain it. Wait, obviously. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. There's the Dig Dug guys. Yeah, it was made by Taito. It was Tinkle Pit. I feel a lot better now that we got this. We played every level, because there aren't that many. Do it. Drag the ball guy behind you. And then you can pick up a projectile too. Engage with the game mechanic. Damn it! You're probably like playing optimally or whatever. Look. There it is. There it is. You can make it go really far though. That's the general idea though. Okay. Okay, closure. We got closure. What are we doing? Oh yeah. I don't know why I took these pictures. Wait! Skins game! I took a picture of it! It's Skins game! Yes! We're getting closure all over the place here, man. Skins game golf. Full round broadcast. The hell is this? Forgotten Midway arcade game. Yep. Yep. Hold on, I want a better. Wait. Is this still searching for the image? Take me to Google. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that pretty quickly. You had this thing. This is how you shot the ball. It had the dial pad. You can give yourself a password, a number password, and it would save your progress. So you could get skins and stuff. You could select change the camera. The cameras were pretty not good. Oh my god, I can't believe we found it. I can't believe we found it. I'm so happy. Oh, man. Here's Carl playing arm wrestling. Freeze! I forgot about Freeze! I really, really wanted to play Freeze with Carl, but we could not for the life of us. With Google and everything. Figure out how the fuck to play Freeze 2-player. I have to show this game to you. Whoops, this is not right. Is it possible? Is it possible? I don't know. I've only made it this far. Freeze. For like a while, I had like 10 tabs on my phone that were like all asking how to get Freeze 2-player. I tried phrasing it differently. Because, you know, I love these kinds of games like Puyo and Magical Drop and shit and Tetris. And this is kind of like that, but look at it. But look at this game. I want to play this one at some point. Jesus Christ, what is that awful sound? And they have, like, dialogue? Carl played as the cat. He refused to play as anyone else. I hate waking up late and missing out on dinner. Why don't you just wake up like the rest of us cats? My big eyes make it hard for me to fall asleep. Why don't you set an alarm clock to wake you up? I remember this exact exchange. I've tried, but they just don't seem to work for me. It's a nothing conversation. It's a nothing conversation, man. What is this? What is this game? I don't know. This was, even though I didn't get to play it, this was my second favorite game at the arcade. Look at this. What is wrong with Fazio? God. He says press start to challenge, but like, we couldn't get it to work. Maybe we fucked up. I don't know. Without free, okay. You know what? I should probably add. I should probably like add these, right? Was freeze on here? I feel like I wrote it down. Just so I have a text version of this if I ever want to go back. What was the golf game called? It was Skins. Skins something, I don't remember. Anyway, but we're talking about round one. I have to get to round one. Oh yeah, I saw this and was like, what the fuck is this? We didn't play it, but I was just very surprised. They made like, if you think there are a lot of console and PC video games, you have not seen how many arcade games there are. Like, they make so many games. There's Carl with his deep dish pizza. Look at how happy he is. You can animate it. He's so happy, man. There he is, eating it with a fork and knife like a freak. And that's it. That's what was left. That's what was left. He didn't eat it. That's quite a bit, if you ask me. Just looking at it. God. This is at round one. I forgot which one Carl played. He played the Star Wars one. It's going to be loud. But we played pinball. We had to for Evan. I don't know if Carl took a video of me playing Deadpool pinball, but I played Deadpool pinball for a bit. But pinball still sucks because the ball just goes through the center. Evan, cover your ears. Because the ball just goes through the center. But I will say, playing pinball in real life, it has a very nice haptic feeling. You can like kind of feel the ball bouncing around, and then you like feel the flipper hit the ball when you press the button, and it makes nice sounds.
Are you sure Evan made it to free balls yet? Last I checked, he was still in like wooden bin.
Like that. There's a Metallica one. I forgot about that. Surprised Carl didn't play that one. So I will give pinball that. It has good feelings, but can you hear him?
That's pinball, Carl. None of it was your fault.
The new ones have the screens. I don't know, man.
Well, is that it?
Yeah, I can prevent them by tilting the machine. Oh wait, that's the one we just watched. We played this game. The tutorial was very long.
Music major, he's a natural.
He's better at this than I was. You spin the thing, you press the buttons on the thing, you touch the touch screen. This is like a real easy difficulty. We played on a harder one. Or I did. I got mine flooded to hell. I get overflowed in rhythm games a lot. We were playing on baby difficulty.
Look at him go.
How many times did I say that? I think it's pump it up. Whoop. I think I tried to do a sideways view and it didn't work. Look at him go. He picked this song, by the way. not many good picks for Carl. I had Bad Apple, so like pretty good there, but a lot of it was like K-pop, J-pop. These are the ones that we played after our little demo runs. These are the ones we played together. Because the machine had 3 free plays in it. So I played Bad Apple. Carl played that. I forget what the third one was. Then we did head-to-head. Beethoven Virus on difficulty 7. We couldn't keep up, man. It was crazy. And then we were doing a little better on difficulty 3. Who wins? I don't know. Here's Carl on the Model D Crane game.
Now, man? Oh my god, he didn't even wait. Again? Attempt number what, 4?
It was attempt 4. He went kind of crazy. I guess the inherent fun of the claw games is this.
Oh my god, he got it. Are you sure? One more time? Just for the lulz?
He bounced it so far away.
Pretty far away, actually.
He bounced it so far away.
Now that you pushed it back in place.
And then he went back. He went back. He went back anyway.
That was even worse than me. Unless you were going for the other one.
Yeah, I did it and I really sucked. I'm bad at claw games. But I think maybe the fun is just watching your friend try to get close. It's not about actually getting the prize. It's about the experience. And this is a little late, but this is me leaving. This is my last. I don't know if I don't think it's the last picture of Carl, but this is me getting out of the car and leaving him. And this is the litter. I said, "Hey, can I litter in your car?" And then he said, "Yeah," but before he even answered, I just littered in his car. I wonder if that's still there. And he had this Cartman thing that I just kept looking at while we drove. And then there's his car. There's me up on the train platform, looking down at his car. I don't know what he was doing, but I tried getting his attention. I couldn't see him actually do it, but yeah, we only spent half of our points there. Wait. The piano game. What is the piano game? Carl was addicted to the piano game. Round 1 arcade piano game. It's just called Piano Keys. I played it a bit with him, and then after a point, he just kept going. Toy hunting gamers. So you press the corresponding button, it waits for you. Carl was in a fugue state. He was in a flow state. He just he got to 45, which put him in the top 10, I think. Or I think there's a top 25, but he went for 87? The people at this arcade are way more cracked than the ones at that act. It's not Act 1, the round 1. But Carl was like, I have to keep going. I have to do it. And then he kept going. It was it was artful. It was, I can't describe it. I didn't get a video of it, I think, which is crazy. But he just kept going. I'm assuming the only way you can get faster is if you just pre-jack the input, because there was no other way he was getting it faster than that. The rope climbing game. I saw it. Carl was like, I don't want to play it, but I thought any game with a stupid, interesting controller, this game, it's so ugly.
Okay, this is a new game. We have
It's so fucking ugly.
and ropes. Let's see
But
how the boys do.
but I saw this as the controller. I was like, this is interesting.
Here they go.
And it lasts 2 seconds is the problem. They're cheating. They're cheating. You're supposed to move that. But yeah, it's like this short. I wish it wasn't, but it felt kind of cheap. Oh well. It was interesting. So, okay, what was the drum game? It's not taiko. I was going to say, there's an inner part of the drum and then an outer part of the drum that you hit with actual drumsticks. It's not taiko. I know taiko. I know taiko. But, round 1 arcade drum game. This one, I think. This one had a lot more songs that I knew. It had a lot of Vocaloid songs and a good amount of Toho songs. And this is where I learned where the Toho Eurobeat albums come from. Because I know of the Toho Eurobeats, but I didn't know why they were making them. And I completely forgot about rhythm arcade games, but what is it called? What is it called? We didn't play this. I think they had it here and I wanted to try it, but by that point, Carl wanted to leave. Music Diver. Because it's like a 3D, like the little things that you have to hit come up at you like it's 3D. I was like, Carl, play Tetris, because I'm like, he knows Tetris. He could play Tetris, but we couldn't. That's the problem with arcades. You can't fucking hear the music. I was like trying to keep track of it, even for songs I knew. I was like, beep, beep, beep. Okay, I thought do. But yeah, this was it. I wanted to play more of this game because it had a lot of songs that I liked, but yeah. Also, there was a versus mode, but it was my cabinet. My thing was in Japanese, so, and they don't have back buttons on these things. So I accidentally hit single player, and our points were spent for 3 songs. So I'm like, well, oh well. But yeah, this is fun. It reminds me of Taiko. We saw the touchscreen and spin game. We saw diagonal DDR. We saw the pinball. And then Carl dropped a nuke on me. Round 1 has karaoke. He said it near the end, and he said he intentionally didn't mention it, but I would have definitely done karaoke with Carl. I would have definitely done it, man. I'm robbed. He can't hide it from me next time I get over there. He can't hide it from me. But yeah, we only spent half of our points. Carl kind of wanted to go home at 10. I was like, because it closes at 1. I was like thinking we'd stay until 1 initially, but both of us kind of wanted to, because I wanted to play the rhythm games, but Carl didn't. And then none of the other games were really too fun or interesting, I guess. Maybe we could have played more Luigi's Mansion or Mario Kart, and Carl's like, want to blow the rest of our points on claw games, and I'm like, can you save them? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, let's save them. So I still have the card in my wallet. There's not really a round 1 near me though, but actually, is that true? On the other monitor, I'm gonna Google Maps it. Round 1. Oh, there's one in Philadelphia. Oh, there are a few in Philadelphia. It looks like. So if I wanted to, I could take the train into Philly to do round 1. If anyone came over and were like, hey, want to go into Philly to do stuff? I'd be like, yeah, sure. Let's do that. But I don't know if I'll do that. But yeah, we left at 10, which is actually a good thing. Because we got to the station at 12. Or I got back, took until around 12 to get back to the hotel room. Yeah. And by the way, remember, I had to wake up at like around 3 to get on the plane. 10 to 1 is a difference of 3 hours. 12 to 3 is a difference of 3 hours. I wouldn't have gotten any sleep. Yeah, there was a Green Line train just sitting there for like 10 minutes before it went. I just got on it because I didn't know. or I waited, and then the light on the thing turned green, and I was like, okay. It was going in the opposite direction from where I came. So I'm like, okay. Sat on the train, did some Discord and Kickstarter emails, and I could have walked back, but when I was on Google Maps, it's like you could take the red line back to like 1 block away from the hotel or something. And I was like, you know what? I want more train experience. Let's see what the Chicago subway is like. So, because I still had the all-day pass, so it was the same time allegedly. Ultimately, it wasn't because I had to wait for the train for way longer. But it was like it's literally like a 15-minute train ride, not even. Definitely not worth taking the train, I guess. But I wanted to do it, see what the subway was like, get more train experience, etc. Make sure I got on the right train. And like I went down and people were like spraying it. I guess they were like power washing it. And I saw that and I like started to turn around because I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just walk then. It's no big deal. And then the lady was like, no. You can keep going. And then called down, hey, stop spraying. And then I'm like, well, okay, if you're going to do that, then I have to go down. So I went down. It was all wet and stuff. It was about what you'd expect for a train ride. No big deal. No big problems. But I think it took longer, by like 5 minutes. I got off fine. Walked to the hotel. Felt pretty satisfied. Got 3 hours of sleep. Made sure I was the first to shower, and then I finished packing. We Ubered to the airport at fucking 3 a.m. TSA let me through again. This time I didn't even say anything. Like I did say, this is same thing. This doesn't have real ID. This is expired. They just looked at it and said, okay, go. So I'm like, thank God that I didn't get additional screening. I guess I just look unintimidating, but I don't know. Waited. I watched more of the H-Bomber guy plagiarism video. I still didn't finish it. I got to the part where he's like, okay, this is the real part of the video. This guy. And then I watched some of that and then the flight was over. I did start dozing off though. But the crazy thing is like, that's about like, literally I probably was asleep for a total of 5 minutes. No, it was probably more like 10 because I went back. Maybe it was 5. I went back in the video, started watching again, then the plane started landing, so I stayed up. It was very funny that we got a shuttle to the car park immediately. And I always started getting hungry once we got there. So it was like 3 a.m. to like, I don't know, like 8, 7, or maybe it was like 10 when we got home or something. Like, and I didn't feel too tired on 3 hours of sleep. I say dangerous realization. I dozed off there, but like I was still energetic. I was like, I had a bounce in my step. I like was still stupidly cartoony like I usually am. I was not like dragging my feet and like wishing I was asleep. Nothing like that. I wasn't tired at all. So I'm saying dangerous realization because I'm like, I'm going to do board game night tomorrow. And then I have to go into work at like 7, which means I have to wake up at 6 on Friday. So I'm probably going to be like, I could get like 4 hours of sleep and be fine. Remember the Chicago trip? I was fine. I could get 4 hours of sleep. Sure. Let's stay for additional 2 hours and do a run of the Dead Cells board game like we usually do. Chris, do not do that. Yeah, I guess it's weird. Like, I think with my REM sleep, it's like apparently 3 hours. And then I think like 6 to 7 hours, because that's always when I have to wake up to pee. It's always like 6 hours or 7 hours, and then like 8.5 hours or something. It's weird and doesn't make any sense. You think it'd be every 3 hours, so maybe it is more like 9 hours, but 8 hours is already enough. I'm already sleeping like after a bit long stretches of work. I'm already sleeping like 9 to 10 hours and wasting so much of my life sleeping. I don't want to. I want to finish Pac-Man, but whatever. Pikmin. I still have to fucking. Okay, there's not going to be a Pac-Man at 3:30 a.m. I'm going to have to edit. I'm going to have to cut, render, and then metadata that when I get home because of this. So you have this. You have this to hold you over, this stream. But that was my Chicago trip. I have to go to bed in negative 33 minutes. But I'm glad I finally did it because I'm like, if I keep not doing it, I'm going to forget more and stuff. Wait, you know what I forgot? No, I forgot. Give me the overlay screen real quick. Let's go to Carl's DMs. Because Carl has some images. I would love to go to the arcade with you, Evan. We could do it. I'm way more prone to vacations now. Like, I did the Chicago, I guess because I'm not pet sitting, so I can just take off of work. That might be a part of it. But like, we had this wedding, and this wedding kind of made me realize, like, I actually kind of like going on little vacations or whatever. I don't need a computer, because a lot of the reason why I didn't want to go on vacations is like, I don't want to go on that cruise, even though it's all paid for, because that's a week without the computer or even phone, or like, I don't want to go on that trip. Like the last time I went to Disney, I like hated it. I was so depressed. I fucking sat there doing the Infinite Tunnel and Yokai Watch 2 instead of going on the hang gliding ride or whatever. I remember being absolutely miserable for that trip. I think that maybe helped along this idea that I don't like vacations. But then I did the Chicago trip and I had a great time, even like sitting there doing nothing, talking to family. It's kind of good to just get out, I guess. Maybe I'm getting older. And obviously the Carl was really fun. Then I'm going to be going to this PAX thing. I'm taking off time work. Maybe I might do all 3 days. I might. I bought the 3-day pass because we were going to go for 2. It costs the same. So PAX Unplugged. Evan, you should come to PAX Unplugged. You should actually come to PAX Unplugged, the board game convention. You should. I'm serious. I'm serious. We should talk about it. But I'm doing that, and then in December I'm going to Disney. My aunt was going to Disney, and I'm like, oh, I actually want to go because I want to meet my friend Deep Sea Secret. You know, the one that does the art, who lives down there and loves amusement parks. We could finally meet, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm actually going 2 days earlier to just hang out at her place and meet her dog, Scotty. We love Scotty. But yeah, I'm doing that. And then the Brannigan Bash, whenever the hell that is. I could do more little vacations. I would love to do a Rhode Island vacation, so maybe I will. Maybe we will. I just don't want to drive up there or fly up there. I have to look at it. I could fly up there, but then it'd be kind of silly. I don't know. PAX East is about an hour away. You can't come down to Philadelphia. You're like, Chris, you have to come to Rhode Island. But even for PAX Unplugged, a weekend of fun. Anyway, yeah. By the way, there's a Galloping Ghosts 2, a Galloping Ghosts spinoff that's all pinball machines, but you have to pay a separate price. And Carl was like, $25 was just too much for that first thing, so we're not doing it. So Evan got kind of robbed on that one. 4 hours, yeah, that's no big deal for a weekend of fun. I did driving to the airport, which is like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on traffic, and then going through the airport, then flying the plane to Chicago, and then doing that again in reverse for 4 days. 3 days? We literally just went over it. I don't even know. I'm just saying, I feel that strongly about board games. Well, that's a problem because one day I want to play a lot of board games with you because the board game night people can't do it because Luke's working too much. Anyway. Here's the Pump It Up machine that Carl took a picture of. Here's me playing Deadpool pinball. I don't like how I look. The shirt's pretty big, I guess, but there I am. There are my scuffed ass lock laces. I'm telling you, I don't look good from the side, but I'm playing Deadpool pinball. They're like boss battles in this one. You took a picture of the inside of the Luigi's Mansion arcade thing. There's me with Daytona USA. Also, I very intentionally wore this shirt of Wario and Waluigi just chilling. I thought it was very fitting. This is a great picture. I forgot I did this. Because it's like we have to show TFP Jacob that you're playing Daytona USA, so I posed for it. There's me playing Bonanza Bros, having a great time. He took a picture of this for some reason. They're the high scores, I guess. I don't know why he did this. There's me playing Bosconian for Evan, his favorite arcade game, as mentioned in chat. Me playing the fucking Journey game. It's me laughing with my tongue out like this. Do I laugh like that? I wonder how much shit I do that I don't even realize that you can see on... How do you point to the webcam that you're in? That you can see on the webcam. I'm very curious about that. And that's it. Those are all the pictures he took. And then he took a picture of this arcade game that he didn't know existed that he sent to Evan. I don't know what it is though. I forget. But that is the Chicago trip. I'm probably missing a few arcade games. But it's definitely most of it. Just feel like we played more. Galpus? Galaga. Oh yeah, Galaga 3. Because Carl's like, they made it up to 3. And I'm like, yeah, they probably. After seeing all the shit that they made in those all the shit they had in arcades, I'm like, it would not surprise me at all that that they made a Galaga 3. Honestly, I expect there to be a Galaga 28. You know. Wait, we played Galaga. It sucked. We played Galaga 2. It sucked. I was like, oh, maybe they added some more fun stuff in Galaga 2. It was mostly just colors. And the screen was weird. It was really sunk in the back. Sorry, guys. I don't like Galaga. I just don't. Or am I thinking Galaga? What's the one where you're hiding behind the walls that are shaped like this? And you shoot through the gaps and the aliens are... That's Space Invaders, not Galaga. Sorry, Galaga. I've been fucking calling Space Invaders Galaga this whole time. For like all of the Pac-Man World Repack Let's Play too. Space Invaders sucks. Galaga's pretty good. We did play Galaga. Now that I'm thinking about it. We played actual Galaga. That was fine. Just shmup. I'm thinking of the right game, right? I'm going insane. The only guy on the planet who doesn't know what the fuck Galaga is. Wait. No. Okay, we played Galaga. Carl was better at it than I was. I don't think it was Galaga 1, though. It wasn't Galaga 3 either, but maybe it was Galaga 1. Did we play Galaga 1? Am I thinking of Space Invaders? I don't know anymore. If I think of anything else, I'll maybe put it in the description of the YouTube video. But Galaxian is the first one? Really? Oh. Interesting. But that's the thing. I have to go to bed. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it was entertaining. I'm glad that I got a full account. I thought I was just going to be reading off of this and then chiming in, but I kind of treated it like, you know, little slideshow cards that you put a point on and then you just talk about it on your own. So I'm glad I did that. Got plus. Very funny. But yes, I'm glad I finally did this. I could check it off of my to-do list as well. I didn't have dinner. Well, whatever. I'm glad I did this anyway. So, yippee! I don't know how to end the stream. I never know. So I'm going to just end it.